Alright, the video won't start right now. It will very soon, and I'll have a time link in the description when I actually begin. I'm testing to make sure that the live streaming is actually picking up the microphone. When okay, apparently it is. So just a second and or minute, please. Okay, I guess we'll begin. Hello, I'm Sims Dreamer, and I'm also known as Chandra Blaze 1977, Part 7, of course, and of this Dark Souls walkthrough. Let's see. I'll say that I'm doing this in the morning, and on the weekend, but at some point my family may be loud, and since it's being recorded live, even though it's private right now, I can't edit that out. But I'll try to mute the microphone as soon as I possibly can when that happens. Hopefully not during a boss. So we're gonna go do a boss first. That's not the one in the depths, but another one that's you don't have to do, but it's kind of a side boss to go do. So we'll get it off of this, and yeah. Okay, just making sure I had that muted as on YouTube at least, where it's capturing it here. Make sure I'm private and it's muted so you don't hear an echo of me. Alright, here we are. Of course, back in our hub bonfire. Alright, so I'll just say briefly, last time what we did was we went to the depths and did basically everything there that's important except for beating the boss that's there. And I'm trying not to spoil what that boss looks like until I do it. We may go do that during this video if I have time to. I don't know. Okay, that's how I want this. Actually, this boss we're gonna go do, I like the music of it, so we'll turn it up a little. I guess, well, there, I guess. Once we're there. So we're going this way. I'll just talk about it while we get there. My spells, especially the way that we're going, I'll put it on some fireballs, I guess, instead of that spell. There's some stuff I wanted to say, as I always do here at the beginning, but I'm kind of having to hurry, and possibly I'm having to hurry. So we'll just go. It's this way. This is the faster way to go since we have this open. It's the Moonlight Butterfly boss that I'm going to go do. We just run past all of these guys and use the Andre's bonfire, as I like to call it. Make for sure that this is being heard. I guess that it is. I mean, the game sound for you. he made it all the way into here. There you go. There were some things I kind of wanted to add to, or maybe possibly correct myself on my last video, or maybe even some videos before this, but oh well, maybe I'll think of it. Repair, okay. I did put a bunch of things into the bottomless box. As I was saying in the last video, that I would just do that while I wasn't recording. There's Andre, our awesome guy there. See, there's that. There that demon is still that I've placed. We killed the. That's the other thing I did was last video was to kill the real one, the normal one that's there. Those demons kind of have two different names, as it were, the Prowling Demon or the Titanite Demon. And I'll just, since I'm thinking about it right now, the weapon that he uses, he may drop that when you kill him. And there's several of these demons throughout the game that get, you know, more powerful each time, but they always look the same. His weapon is semi-good as far as whenever you're holding it. It won't shoot out lightning, though. I'm trying to say that, I think there's only one weapon in the game that when you hold it, it can shoot out lightning. So, it's a fairly special weapon. Yeah, we can't get that right now, so. Alright, we're here in Darkroot Garden. See if this attack will kill these things now. Yep, it will. Blooming. Alright, cool. So I think I have 3 of those. Alright. This dude, he gets tired. Kind of just a funny enemy and a funny weapon animation that he does, and that you'll do too if you hold it. When you do the two-handed strong attack, I think it is. It's not the weak attack. That's one thing I was going to say. I use Xbox controller terminology when I'm talking about things, like I'll say RB and RT, and I believe if you're on a PlayStation controller, then RB would be R1 and RT would be R2. So, and of course the buttons, the other buttons that are letters, are shapes on a PlayStation controller, so. So hopefully that isn't confusing if you're using a PlayStation controller for what I'm saying. These guys, well, I fought them so many times, just in all of my playing time. I'll tell you just real quick that a lot of people consider that the first half of Dark Souls 1 is better than the second half. Now, I do like the entire game, but there's the boss that's right at the midway point is pretty difficult. It's actually, well, the first time it's really difficult, but it never gets extremely easy to do, and you get a special item after that, which I think I've already spoiled to you, that you get an item that lets you warp through between bonfires. So anyway, a lot of times when I'm playing a character, I play just to that boss. I play all this first half of the game and get to that boss because it's really hard, and then I'm able to warp, and then I usually end up, a lot of times I just start over and play as a different character. So I haven't played the second half as much, but I have played it quite a bit, just in all of my Dark Souls playing. And again, I don't know if I apologize too much, maybe, but I just want to make sure that you know this game is very hard, and it is still hard for even someone that's experienced, you know, fairly good like I am, you know. So it doesn't get easy. Just, you know, it just takes practice. And that's the only thing that's making me better than a new player, is just that I played through it, you know, enough times to be, you know, fairly good at it. So, anyway, there's that door, whatever. We're going this way. Now, this, of course, is a way that you could go either by going through the Berg and then to Parish, you know, because I came out of Parish, or you could have come the back way like we did in my first video of this. You know, if you had the master key, you could have come, and this could be like your, I guess, your first boss after Asylum Demon, if you wanted it to be. You'll get 10,000 souls for this boss, which sometimes what people do will come through and beat the boss that pretty soon we're getting to, and use those souls to buy 9 Titanite shards from Andre to upgrade a weapon. Now, as I said, I suggested a new player farm Titanite shards some, and just to practice against the enemies of Parish and Berg, to, you know, for practice, and plus they'll drop loot for you, including Titanite shards. So I suggest that's a better way to do it. You know, this is kind of a speedrunner type of thing, or just experienced players will just run through here, kill this boss to get the souls to buy those Titanite shards, and then buy some weapon, which might be the battle axe from Andre, and then use that to go kill the gargoyles, and just do that real quick and all that kind of crap. But I don't really, even myself, I don't ever do that. Partially it's because I like the Berg and the Parish, and I like to play through them. But especially for a new player, I would suggest don't do it that way. Just take your time with the game, you know. So we're gonna go this way. We're trying to keep from waking up those stone knights by going this way. I just go all the way over here like this. Now I have one added enemy in my game that eventually that will be on Nexus, if I can figure out how to make these forest hunters not kill the NPCs of Firelink. There's one of those two-headed snakes, and in my game there's going to be a forest hunter that's a sorcerer. I think there will be. Well, he should be there. I don't know. Actually, that's a good thing, just because I'm around in a hurry. I don't know whether I need to die or I need to reload the game to see him. But I suppose since I've just talked about him, I'll at least try this to see if he'll load. To see if he'll load for you, so you can see him. He just still didn't show up. Well, whatever. The dude I was talking about is, I'm trying not to do this again, the whole camera movement. He's in that Darkroot forest, you know, that's behind that door. Him and some other guys that are all starting outfit looking guys, but they're really hard, and they give you at least 1,000 souls when you kill them. So it's a good place to go to farm. And I'll say, by the way, too, that area, Darkroot Forest, is one of the main places that people do PvP. And there's actually a covenant there that's designed for PvP. So, yeah, the forest hunters. You can become a forest hunter too. So, you know, if you're wanting to do that, or maybe if you if you're a new player, once you get kind of, you know, semi or fairly or whatever, or really good at this game, then maybe you'll want to do PvP and be online, and then sure, go there. And that's one of the main places to go do it. This game's been out for like 5 years, so I don't know if that's really still the case. And I hope I'm not sounding like my voice doesn't sound like it's in a hurry or something while I'm saying this. She was tapping her foot waiting on me to shut up too, wasn't she? Alright, so this dude, I usually kill him because the summon is back behind him. He's gonna do that freaking spell on me. A lot of times you can nearly kill them or completely kill them while they're casting that. So there you go. Yep. And get this crap off of me. That's how you would move. That, like that right there, I'm trying to roll. That's how you would move if all your equipment that was on your character was greater than your maximum load. Which you could get to that point if you tried to hold one of the very heavy weapons that's in the game and wear heavy armor and stuff, but you didn't have your endurance leveled up enough to be able to do that, or have these rings on that we have. And just for anyone that's might be watching only this video, I'll show you that the claymore is +6. That's what I'm going to use, and what my stats are, which I'll leave it there for just a couple seconds. So anyway, we're going to get that witch to help us. Now she's kind of hidden as to where she is. I usually roll into this, and then we're going to get Witch Beatrice. Now, since I played for long enough, I can beat this boss without her, and it's kind of a narrow area where you're going to be, so sometimes she's kind of in the way. They have her using that crappy shield, don't they? And she has a different wand that basically is just as powerful as this wand is. So, but it does look different and maybe cool and stuff. Much later into the game, you can get her entire armor, outfit, whatever, the witch outfit, and her catalyst if you want to just cosplay as her, or the Wicked Witch of the West, or whatever. So, and her armor is pretty good against magic, sorcery type attacks, which we're going to experience right here in a second. There's that butterfly up there. There's even stuff to tell you about this, so when you come in here, it's going to be... I like the music to this. It's like magical and stuff. Now, she is... whatever this thing is invincible until that. And now we can attack. So range helps to do this. I don't even have the right shield on because I'm hurrying. Before you get up here, use the crest shield. Which you get when you return to Asylum by beating the nice guy that... Well, I'm not explaining how to do this. Well, you see what we're on here. Now, this is when you can attack this thing. I don't want to completely kill this thing right now because I wasn't explaining how to dodge. So we'll let it go. You need to back up after a few attacks because it blows up like that. And of course the NPC is not super intelligent, so she gets hit. Alright, you can roll. Sometimes you can roll through this. She may kill it. I better just heal for this part. It's dead. See? Well, if you use the summon, you could just hang back and not even use any range or do anything and just let her beat the boss for you. Oh, and this is the first time we can get a boss, so... which can make a weapon later on, so... Now, keep going this way. Boy, I didn't teach that very good. And there's something else I haven't ever talked about, that I'm not all that great at utilizing this, but whenever you are rolling, for I guess the main part of the roll, I don't know for sure, but you have iframes, as we say, or invincibility frames. There's like a little bit of this animation is you are invincible during it. So if you can kind of get the timing of that down as to when you're invincible by testing it against easy enemies, then you can see when it is that you can roll while they're swinging and it won't hurt you. And I do this like not even really with I don't hardly think about it, I guess. So yeah, just I guess be aware of that you're invincible for a little bit of your roll. So we'll come up here, this long winding thing, which once we get pretty close to the top, that you don't want to fall off because it'll kill you. There's no rails to stop you from falling. So we come all the way up here and we see a brother of Andre or something that has fallen, or a Medusa hit him or something. There isn't a Medusa in this game, by the way, but it would actually be pretty cool if there was. Alright, there used to be a blacksmith apparently. Alright, we get the watchtower basement key. That's for if you didn't have the master key, you can get into the tower that Havel was in, because I've killed him now. And the divine ember to make divine weapons with Andre. He's the blacksmith that does this type of ascension or modification, and a homeward bow. So we're way up here and stuff. Holy crap. I guess that the butterfly was holding on to that tower. And the moon and stuff. Okay, right. The moon and all this. Of course, you can look around in your own playthrough and stuff. Okay, right. So we'll just homeward bone out here, doing my trick. Or I didn't develop it, of course. That is a fail, because I didn't see the menu screen. By the way, as far as I know, well, actually I do know because I played this on console. This will work on console also. So, this duping that I just did, I didn't lose a homeward bone by doing that. So, right, so I got 10,000 souls. I guess I had 7,000 before this. I think that's what you get from this. I guess since this is the first boss soul that we've gotten during this playthrough, that we'll look at it. And like well, it does tell you, acquire either many souls or create a unique weapon that we call boss souls. You can read, so I won't do it. Alright, so I think that this soul, if you consume it, only gives you like 1,000 souls or something, so it's not worth it to do that. Now you can dupe this thing, and I guess I'll show you. Well, we'll find out how much it's worth. So to dupe this is assuming you just want, I mean, you want to do this, this is cheating, of course, but put it on one of your items. But this is the only way that you can get more souls by cheating instead of using cheat engine with this, which isn't on. You know, if you're on console, this would be how you duping is how you'd have to do any kind of cheating. You know, since you're a bad person and everything, you're gonna cheat. What am I doing? I'm doing humanity, saying at that number. Okay. Alright, so we put, did I put it on there? I'm going to put this, they're down here. By the way, you can change how, I just have to say these things when I think of it, so there's so many things. Well, I got another longsword somehow. Like, if I wanted to put the claymore at the top, then I'd push the A button on Xbox and say change order, and then you have to push A again for it to actually select that, and then you go up here and push A again, and it would put the claymore at the top, which is I guess where I'll put it. So that's how that is changed. So we've got this. Okay, so I'm going to lose an Estus Flask by doing this. But you put it like this, and then I'm going, since this is a female character, I have to two-hand the weapon. You swing, and about halfway through the swing, you push X, and then almost immediately you push start, but not exactly. And I saw the menu. The game thinks it's going to use an Estus Flask, but really it's going to use the Moonlight Butterfly, and make sure this is on yes when you do it. But if you didn't see the menu, put this on no so you don't consume it and use it up. So, boing. Oh, 1,200 souls. Okay. All of the boss souls all the other boss souls give you more souls than that. But yeah, you can just dupe this. It'll take forever to get a lot of souls with this particular boss soul. But let's get it off of that and put it back up here. I forgot what I normally do. Usually humanity is real close to this, so I usually put it over humanity when I do it. And another thing, this is just me. If I do this duping thing for boss souls or Firekeeper souls, then I put it back on my normal stuff, so I don't risk like accidentally trying to use a humanity, but I use the boss soul, you know. Wow, there's just so many things. Okay, so right, so we've got that. So I use this shield. I don't know how effectively I did it to block, but I survived, so whatever. Because this shield has 80% magic reduction, and as far as I'm aware of, this has the most magic resistance of any shield. And plus you can get it fairly early in the game anyway, so it's a great shield for this. There's a few more powerful, there's a few more enemies and bosses that shoot sorcery at you that's, you know, later in the game, so it's more powerful and stuff. I don't really know what that is, but whatever, let's just, well, okay, so I don't know what I'm doing with these souls. I guess we'll just go back this way. Well, I guess another thing you could do with the souls, and I'm almost to that point, is that I could just buy the key to this door from Andre. Make sure that I was still being recorded while I did that. I guess so. Alright, well, since this is kind of my ritual, I'm gonna do my nasty habit and have a drink of my soda, since I just beat a boss. And usually I would do it before that too, but kiddos, don't start doing this habit. Please. Alright, so yeah, that's mostly everything in there. Yeah, it is. Okay, right. I didn't even use fire. Now, the fireballs can also hit the Moonlight Butterfly. You gotta aim them a little bit better, and this is why whenever I use magic, now that I'm experienced with the game, usually it's sorcery. My first playthrough was like mostly with pyromancy, although way later into my first playthrough I started using sorcery. And I hope I said that right. I used pyromancy to begin with because I started as a pyromancer, as I've suggested that you do, possibly, if you want. You don't have to, of course, but okay. I don't have it on. Well, that's, yeah. You only have two slots in each hand in Dark Souls 1. I know at least in Dark Souls 2 that you've got 3, which is pretty nice, but I also don't guess I've ever just straight out told you this, is that the pyromancy flame doesn't weigh anything. It's 0. So yeah, that's great. That's a great thing about it also. Well, I suppose that since I've beaten, or I've not beaten, but I've gotten to where the pyro teacher would be, but he's dead in my game because of how I have my mod just on my computer currently. I guess it's time for me to go ahead and cheat in some of the other pyromancies. Good, I got another one of those, yay! So, which will require attuning them. So let's go back over here. I figured I would just go ahead and show you how to do this. Even though I don't suggest that you cheat whenever it's your first playthrough, besides these two things that I do here. Get it off of that because it's hard to see that blue line. You know, life's easier if you do that, but... Okay, so we're going to need to find something that's semi-useless to do this too. Because I'm going to convert one of these items into something else. I guess I could do it to that longsword for one thing. So you just have it on that. Then you bring this up here and say scripts and Luna script enablers and item replacer, and sometimes you might have to put it on a different item and then put it back on what you want for this to show up, and then we can just type in what we want. So what is it I want? I want combustion. And it'll fill it in, you know, as you see. So combustion. And I messed that up anyway, but now it should show it over here. So there we go. Combustion. And another thing I know that he sells, I could just use the bottomless box, get something else out that I was trying to put up. Another long sword, I guess. You could also, with this method, you could also do it to something that's not those things, but maybe the throwing knives or something. Whenever you drop it, well, it's equipped, but whenever you drop this, you just should drop it. Well, it'll convert all of these into just one item unless there's only one sitting right there in your inventory. So drop the rest of them onto the ground. And when you drop something, like this, then it'll look like that when you've dropped it. And you can pick it up as long as you don't use a bonfire and leave this map completely. Or quit out. It'll still be sitting here. Yeah, so if you use a bonfire or quit out or leave this map, then things that you drop will disappear. So just be sure you're wanting to drop them. I would suggest. So we'll put it on that longsword and tell this now that I want this to be fire orb. There it is. Okay, so I'll make all of my spells be pyromancy this time. You push B to get rid of spells off of your attunement slots. Okay, usually I like to have the range stuff be first. That's just me. I guess I'll put it like this then. How to arrange your spells in your attunement slots gets a little more complicated. Like, which way is the best method of arranging everything when you've got, you know, like 10 you know, attunement slots. So it's kind of a lot to thumb through sometimes if it's you got a lot of them. Well, I guess the first thing I'll show you is Fire Orb, which is, you know, as it looks like, it's a more powerful version of Fireball, and it's bigger. And didn't kill him. Well, I guess I'll show Combustion. As I said, it casts a lot faster, and you have 16 casts of this with just one spell attuned. Yeah. I suppose when people do speed run type of challenges where they just do a pyromancer, that they use Combustion and Great Combustion, which is the more powerful version, which you cannot buy from that guy. You know, the man pyromancy teacher. So I won't create that one yet. I can hopefully can buy it from the real teacher of it if she isn't dead when I get down there. Yeah. Alright, let's see how good this will do against this guy. Now, as I've said, or I didn't show you this, you know, my Pyromancy Flame is not upgraded at all yet. Just so you know. Kind of get a feel for how much damage this does, just right off the bat, as I like to say. Maybe just two will kill him. Cool. And this is a DLC enemy. He has a lot more health and does a lot more damage than these enemies do. Because I placed him there. I don't know why I'm using this for this demonstration. This will definitely kill him. This thing was about to try to bite me in the head. I never let you see it, but I guess you can experience it on your playthrough. Or maybe they have. Yeah, because that reminded me to talk about it. Okay. Oh, that's kind of a complicated thing to go do. I didn't really want to have that yet anyway. We're just going to go back to Firelink, I suppose. I don't know what to do with these souls. Just give me a minute, please. I'm having one of my episodes of not knowing what I should do next, because there's so many things that you can go do. I need to light this again, the same cigarette. I could go show you what I would do normally. Probably earlier than this, actually. Well, possibly. In the catacombs. But as I said, the catacombs is at least mid-game or can be considered late-game area as far as its difficulty. Most people don't like the catacombs and thinks it's really hard. Those skeletons are hard and everything, and there's a few places where, you know, you should be careful and you could fall while you're in there, you know, or it's creepy or something to them. But since I'm just love Halloween type of stuff, and right now it's September, so there's Halloween decorations in the stores and stuff, and so yeah, the season is finally in tune with what I like to just play a lot all year. I like playing this, and it's got a lot of Halloween stuff. I guess I guess in some ways I've kind of thought, you know, besides just one video on my channel a couple of years ago that where I spoke, otherwise none of you have been able to hear Sims Dreamer talk until these videos. So I guess in a way, if you've got the patience to watch these and go on this journey with me with this character through this game, I guess I'm kind of considering this to be kind of a vlog. Other than you can't see me, I don't have a webcam, so Plus, I'd have to shave my beard to look presentable. So, so my hope is that it's entertaining enough and that you like hearing me enough to where you can, you know, to where this is okay when I do these pauses like this to just speak to you. But it'll be about Dark Souls mostly. So right, anyway, those, as I've said, though, just personally for me, the catacombs is one of my favorite areas to go through because it's skeletons and they really are there, just normally in the game, and they're awesome. And the only drawback is what they drop is not very good, at least as far as I'm concerned. Maybe we'll just do it, just so you can see it. And the one reason, well, a big reason why I go do this, we're gonna hear his hammering, but the big reason I do it is when you beat the boss of the catacombs, you get what's called the Rite of Kindling, as I've mentioned before, and that makes it to where you can kindle bonfires 3 times and get 20 Estus flask for every bonfire. And if you're doing this little cheat that I'm doing with Cheat Engine, or if you dupe a Firekeeper soul so you have 5 more humanity every time you dupe it, then you can kindle every bonfire, and you can kindle them all to 20. I know I'm not the only person that does it, so don't judge me. and these get good people that are out there. So yeah, I guess we'll use this just to be doing. But of course, then I feel like I should kind of explain the catacombs as I'm going through there. So I don't know if we're gonna do it or not yet. As I said, as I repeat myself all the time, I don't think a new player should go to the catacombs until a lot later, because it's fairly hard there. Well, God, that made me remember something I should have done. Hello, dudes. Now you can give an ember to a blacksmith at any point during the game, you know, if you're not needing to give it to him yet, but since we already have the Divine Ember, I guess I'll give it to Andre down here. Because that's who you give it to. And that's who you upgrade weapons to Divine with. So let's just see him. He's going to be proud and stuff again.
My, that's a rare ember you have there.
Oh. Okay.
I've seen one of those before. It's the ember of a divine blacksmith. Might you consider leaving that with me? I could produce divine weapons with a flame such as that.
I know I'm spoiling his dialogue, but he's just so cool, I think, that we want to hear him. I want to hear him, and it's just whatever. And apparently they thought he was really cool for Dark Souls 3 too, because he's in it as a blacksmith also.
Well, thanks for that. You've made a fine decision. You soon shall see.
He's supposed to look at you and move his mouth, and there's another trivia point, is that he is the only NPC that moves his mouth when he's talking. Besides Frap. Yeah. Okay. Alright, so modify. If we had something to modify, it would be over here. Well, I could make the Divine Claymore that, because it's upgraded enough. To make a Divine weapon, a weapon has to be a +5. And then you need a green Titanite shard, which we don't have one yet. There's a couple scattered around that I could go get, but they're all in hard areas. Now, it's not completely necessary to have a divine weapon to go into catacombs. There are several necromancer guys, these other zombie looking dudes that are there that are kind of like the leader of their skeletons in that section of the map. And if you kill that dude, then those skeletons can be killed normally and they don't reanimate. So this isn't a have to, but just to, I don't know, I do it a lot of times anyway, just to be doing, I guess. So,
Don't be seeing be careful out there.
he kind of glitched because he's supposed to look up at you. Yeah, anyway. Alright, well, his hammering, but I guess I'll show this, which I can hold, of course, but the Astora straight sword, I think I have a mod to make it look a little different, but basically it looks the same. This is what we got from the undead dragon. That was in my first video of this playthrough, and I showed how to get this without even getting killed by the undead dragon, even if you're doing a quote suicide run to do it, by rolling away backwards away from it as soon as you pick this stuff up. So we get, it's this sword. This sword actually won't stagger. Well, if you hit them a bunch of times, it will stagger the skeletons, but yeah, it won't. And it definitely won't for me because my stats are not enough in faith for this. You need 14 faith for this to work, or else you're just gonna whack the enemies, as I like to call them. As I like to call it. But clerics, if you start as a cleric, I believe that they already have 14 in faith. And so the only thing that they don't have yet is enough dexterity. They start with 8, I'm thinking, because I think you need 2 level ups to use a Astora straight sword if you start as a cleric. Now, as I said, another weapon that's great to go to make a divine weapon, I believe, at least, is that this gargoyle tail axe, because it will stagger, you know, more easily those skeletons. And again, I hope it doesn't sound like I'm screaming into the microphone as I'm saying this. I'm just kind of saying this stuff in a hurry, and plus trying to make you not have to wait forever for me to talk. But since, I guess we'll put it on it. It gives you those meters, one of which is bleed, and you're not getting those things. It means that you have more defense against, or you have more resistances against that whenever you're holding it. I wonder what the status screen actually tells you. Like, bleed is 186. Let's take that off. Yeah, the status screen tells you how much more you get. So 123, 186. So 60 something extra. Yeah, this big thing. The only thing that's kind of bad about this is that whenever you hit skeletons and they crumble, you know, they're on the ground, and it's kind of hard to hit them with this thing. It's much easier to hit them with, not that, well, that also can do it, but my main weapon. Two-handed, and then swing down like this and you can hit them. I'm showing you something that I'm not looking at again, aren't I? Alright, no, I still got all these souls. Let's look at our level ups. I got the mouse in the way still. Sorry, just real quick, I'm gonna mute having to hear, no, not that. I'm gonna mute having to hear him hammer. Alright, let's look at the level ups, I'm sorry. Definitely not resistance, right? Oh god, yeah. I don't want to mess with faith on this, Because, like I said, the more you level up things, the more souls it costs every time. Now it's costing, you know, more than 4,000 souls to level at this 25 level. So now some of the sorceries that are like utility sorceries that we have to go kind of do a task to be able to get to the merchant that sells those, but the highest one that she sells, I think, is 18. So a lot of times if I use any amount of sorceries, then I make this be 18. You know, eventually I will. So I don't know, maybe we put it into here. Well, I have enough to make it that, but I can't do anything else with this. Well, I guess I'll just do it. Okay. Alright. We have that. And of course you could get to, you know, at this point in the game, you could get, even without my mod, you could get to level 29 by farming enemies some, you know. As I suggested, I guess I'll just do this too. Just go on this little, sorry if you heard me burp. Go on this little thing of farming these Balder Knights. I'll just use pyromancy, I guess, somewhat. And of course with my mod I've got more enemies in the way for doing this, and probably I'll wake up some skeletons too. But now I've beat the gargoyles, so possibly these guys are never going to give me any more Titanite shards. We'll see. They both drop something. Longs, yeah. Nope. Then this dude dies in one hit with that, and guess I'll use this just to be doing. Ah, it missed. He was too far away. Yep. Pyromancy, I mean, all the magics are pretty powerful. But you have a limited number of them, so let's hit this, my thing that's up here with fire orb. Almost enough. Alright, so as I said, I like, when I'm here, to just come around and kill these Balder Knights a couple of times. Go on this little tour, as I guess you could say. Because they're my sparring partners or whatever, like I like to think of. Now, he didn't drop nothing. And now this enemy, if you kill him far enough, you know, if I get like all the way over to here, and I'm attacking and making noise, then the enemy that's guarding that loot will hear you. Which normally is a Balder that has a rapier. But now in my game, and if you download this mod in its current state, it's going to be a Silver Knight. I thought there should be something better there. And I also wanted, mostly for my added Silver and Black Knights to be out of the way of progress. As the ones in the game are, that are normally there. So this dude, it could wake up the skeletons if they see me attacking him. Just a second. It's gonna be some noise, so I'm gonna mute it. Okay, there may be a little bit of noise, but I'm getting back into it. Ah, there you see that, yeah. Alright, here we go. As I said, we're just going around, gonna, at least once, gonna farm these Balder Knights for Titanite shards. Alright. As we know, I've got this added skeleton here. Usually nobody would be right here. He would be a Balder Knight, but he's a Silver Knight. Now, and with my mod, this is, at least currently, this is the only extra Silver Knight I've placed that has a spear. Although you can farm it up, you know, obviously. His spear is really good, by the way, for a spear. I say that, it's just because spears are very good. It's just they don't stagger enemies as easily as you know, great swords do, or something bigger. And their damage is thrust usually, and it seems that it just thrust damage doesn't do as much damage as normal or strike does. But his spear is excellent. I'll say that we saw the partisan before. You know, that does that for the normal attack, and the strong attack is this. And he heard that. Well, one-handed, his strong attack for that weapon is the same. But what two-handed, I think it's still a thrust. Ah, God. This isn't the weapon I want to use on you, dude. Maybe I'll just kill you with this. Or at least stagger you with that. Oh, shit. Oh, I'm still in the start. You can't do anything when you're in that menu, except for move your character at walking speed. Ouch. Let me heal without you hitting me. Ah, his spear is very long. It's not the longest spear of the game, but I think it's tied with some of the second longest spears of the game. And it actually does divine damage that does not scale with the stat of faith, and you don't have to have any faith. So, but he's midway through the game normally. Let's see if I can stagger it. Oh, I'm still holding this weapon. Wow, it does well. I hit him with a fire orb. Ah, God, I'm not the greatest at fighting, especially this enemy with the spear. Especially since I'm trying to hurry up and kill him. But he won't heal. Bam. Got nothing from him, but well, usually what I do if I'm farming and I don't have my mod on, then I do that and then I go this way and go at those Balder Knights from the front. But I've got a bunch of skeletons there, so I guess I won't go that direction. I hope I'm being captured. My voice, oh my God. Okay, yes I am. Ah, God. Yeah, my advice is don't fight enemies while you're on this. And be careful about this part of it too. Some areas in Dark Souls have rails to prevent you from falling, and then some don't. Yep. So the Chandler's dead up there. There's my little crazy setup of dudes, and oh, all those dudes may fall down. At least in my game, or at least with this mod, they fall down. They normally do not fall down. And I didn't make them more aggressive or something, but for whatever reason, they sometimes jump down here. So I'll just come in here and fight these dudes. Of course, it's going to lag because of all these extra enemies that are here. Ah. Oh, skeletons do that. I don't know if we've seen that yet in our playthrough. They'll spin at you. All crazy. Yep, these extra things are coming down from upstairs. Maybe I'll try this move. Ah. Oh, the rat. Meant to swing horizontal, but oh well. Those skeletons still did not hear it. That's great. So these guys did not drop nothing. Well, and then there's one more. Oh, shit. I love how some of these enemies kind of waddle towards you. Whoops. Oh, shit. Yeah, that guy could hit you a bunch of times with that and stagger you when he hits you that way. Just this little simple dude. Then I come over here. All those people are dead. I come over here. Sorry, I still have that habit of mine. Burning. So I'll hit him with this. Oh, shit. Ah, really? Yeah. He can't parry combustion though. Yeah. Hit you with this. You notice that, or I'll just say that Fire Orb has 6 cast. It has 6 cast. Holy shit! What is that? It has 6 casts, like I'm saying, and Fireball has 8. Like Combustion has 16 at the max. I mean, you know. Before I started using them, what am I doing? Yeah. Take this. Okay. All right, so I mean, you could go back to that bonfire and go through and kill those Baller Knights again. I guess we didn't get nothing, and I've got 3 Titanite shards. Now, I would not suggest this for a new player, because I think you should test out some of these weapons. There's so many weapons in this game. Just collect the weapons and test them out. But one thing a player could do is if they get a Black Knight weapon and decide that that's what they want to use the rest of the game, then that upgrades with Twinkly Titanite. So all you need to do that is just the weaponsmith box at any bonfire. In that case, Andre could be dead, but I highly recommend that a new player does not kill Andre. Right, like I've said, so yeah. Don't go around murdering all of the NPCs until later, and then you could be evil that way. Well, you're about to beat the game, and then that's the time to do it, if you so desire. We're going down this elevator to be doing. Going back to the home hub area to clear my head as to what to do. So right, the Capra Demon. Once he's dead, then this posse of this girl and these other 2 dudes were over here. They would have been here. I won't go into explaining. I did somewhat, but I won't go into explaining that entire thing, since we can't see them, and I'm basically not gonna. I'm not doing faith and miracles and stuff this time in this playthrough. I'll mention it, you know, try to help you with it a little bit, but I probably won't be using any of it this time, this playthrough. Let's set here. I think there was some other weapons I wanted to show. I now have 14 dexterity, so the balder side sword would actually do damage. I did show you the swings of it already. Don't want to get too close to him. Now, it's not upgraded at all. We'll just go test it on these easy guys up here, besides the skeleton. So it's pretty fast. Yeah, I mean, it's actually very fast. And let's see if I can stagger this thing with this. Oh, God. Well, if I can see what I'm doing. I'll go up here. Don't want to get close to our sorcery teacher. I must have spammed through the dialogue when he tells his name, so I still don't know what his name is. Well, I guess it staggers him. At least this weapon, because it's so fast. Yeah. It's kind of just a trade-off. Do you want to have a fast swinging weapon or a weapon that swings a little slower but is more likely to stagger? So, and that's why I suggest to try out more than one weapon, upgrade a couple of weapons, especially your first time playing, and you just get a feel for the different weapons and see what works best for you. For your play style, as we say. Let's see, I was thinking that I never had actually utilized this. Well, I had to show you. Oh, I don't. It has to have. The wing spear needs 15 dexterity to hold. Well, let's see it anyway. That's over in the skeleton graveyard. That's where you get it. It's just this. It's a little longer than the regular spear and the partisan by just slightly. It only thrust. I think if you roll with a spear, it'll do some kind of slashing vertical move. Yeah. All of them will. Or some of them will, maybe. Most of them, I guess. Alright, let's get it on. I guess this weapon, since I can use it. So, like I said, when I'm only doing melee, and I guess I can put this on pyromancy, then I like to... Oh, God. Oh, no, 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 no. Great, you're seeing that. No, I don't care, okay? That thing that popped up, if you saw that. Yeah, we're gonna go test this. I guess these are other enemies that you can test stuff on. There's these guys down here, since I keep doing it. So I like to use a great sword, which is usually going to be this weapon, the claymore, and the spear. If I'm mostly not using magic or not using it at all. Oh, hell, we could just look like him. And I usually like to look like this when I do it. So what are we, medium rolling, yeah. Alright, so now spears sometimes miss when the enemy is lower than you. And it's more likely that it'll miss if you have your shield up at the same time. It seems like it aims better if you... aims down better if you don't have your shield up. Let's try this move on him. See, it doesn't do very much damage, but it doesn't take as much stamina as a great sword, so you can hit an enemy more times with it. So yeah. Should have healed before I got down here. Okay, well, whatever. Or spears let you keep a little more distance away from enemies as you're hitting them than swords usually can do. This isn't gonna stagger him enough, though. Ah. For real? Yeah. Ah, there he goes. Ah, those ghosts. I never even got a transient curse, I don't think, because I was running away from my added dark wraith. So I can't attack those ghosts to even farm them, can I? Ah, shit. I gotta hit you with this. Of course, it helps the two-handed. It's more likely to stagger them when you do that. With a spear, or any other weapon for that matter. Ah, let the stamina go. I kind of tend, a lot of times with spears, to just keep hitting the enemy over and over, wishing that the spear could do more damage than it does, and then run out of stamina. So, I guess be careful in that way when you use one, right? Ah. Alright, this dude. It's here. Oh, that guy over there. Ah, what the fuck? Yeah, it happens that way here. Since these dudes are extra and stuff. Yeah. Kill him first. I guess, you know, oh god, there goes that ghost going crazy. Ah! Rawr, how are you against this? Well, we saw you up in the pairs. What am I doing? Take that. Yeah. No, no. Ah, it's so scary. Yep, no transient curse. Well, maybe now I think when you use a transient curse, if you use a bonfire, then you lose it. But down here where the ghost actually exists, there is no bonfire. There's a shortcut to get back to Firelink, so you can come back up here to use this bonfire, and then, yeah, I won't spoil the rest of that. There's another bonfire that you can eventually get to, but they're not in New Londo Ruins, though. Oh, what am I doing? I'm going down here. Yet another thing that's kind of a speedrunner thing is that when you get on an elevator, that's when you change. There's that dude because I was in the graveyard. Then you can change your stuff because you're having to wait anyway. I guess. I don't know what's a good outfit, so we'll just use this. I used the bonfire? No, I didn't. Whatever, okay. It seems to me, at least in my playing, that these ghosts are weak to fire somewhat. So usually when I come here, I like to have either a weapon that's upgraded to being fire or chaos, and or use those fire arrows that we've seen, the real ones that are supposed to be in the game, or pyromancy, you know, as backup besides my weapon. Maybe I could just kill this dark wraith this time, and then we can finally see that S-stock. Oh god, what am I doing? may give us a titanite chunk or a slab, possibly. I don't want to target that guy. That's his shield. That's... Ah, shit. Kind of doing a side mission or just a bullshitting mission this time, aren't I? So, again, if you're viewing me and going along on this journey with me through these videos, then I really appreciate you watching me. So thank you. Oh, I left that down there. Yep. Hiya! Now that enemy does so much damage that sometimes when an enemy does a lot of damage, I don't use the grass crest shield just because I want the 100% block instead of 95. Usually it doesn't really matter that much, but I guess I'll use this shield because you could have this shield already and it has the most stability. Well, I never have shown this one. It has the same stability. This is a pretty good shield too that those hollow soldier zombie guys are using, but it weighs 3.5 instead of 3 like these other good ones that I like, so usually I don't use it, but it'll block it too, so I guess we try this out. Can I still? Yeah, of course I can. I can still fast roll, so let's go. Maybe some other light armor would protect me a little better. Such as this. Along with that. And along with this, so we can look just as goofy as possible. Maybe along with this? Yep. Okay. Gives me a little extra point. Well, actually, it just gives me any points because I don't have the woofering on anymore. I don't know why I'm doing this. I just kill him because I woke him up. Pillage a soul. Sometimes these guys give you a little soul. Alright, I guess maybe one thing that might be kind of wise to do is to kill these guys just so that I don't happen to target them accidentally while I'm trying to kill that dark wraith. There's a bunch of these guys in there. This may wake him up too. Right here. Alright, let's see if I can kill him this time. Yeah, that thing. That's another thing that you can get from him when you kill him, is that the dark hand, as it's called. They won't ever drop their weapon, though. Their weapon you get from a covenant, actually. And their armor comes from a covenant. Well, I don't want to totally do it that way. Oh my god. Man, they do so much damage to you. Even when you're really supposed to see them, they do a lot of damage to you. You know, later in the game when you should... Normally you would see these dudes. There's like at least 10 of them really in the game though, so I'll usually go on a little killing spree or whatever to get to farm them for chunks and possibly a slab. Ah, they do that move too. And they're well worth 1,200 souls too. So yeah. Oh, right. This thing, I don't like using this because it's weak. got these kind of weapons, and what the hell is it called? It's a thrusting sword. Yeah. Oh yeah, you're a fencing or whatever. These thrusting swords, though, you could turtle just like you can with a spear. So it is good for that. And I mean, you know, if you upgrade this thing and everything, it is really fast, so that's great about it. I just don't like that my main weapon is only thrust. Or, you know, mostly that's what it does, so anyway, I don't like to use this thing, and it's weak right off the bat when you get it. You know, as you can see there. With my stats, it's 89. Oh god, yeah. Alright, well, I think that Darth Rake broke that last time we came through here. So, there's that. Alright, well... yeah, where am I gonna do this? I don't know. I thought about just going on through here this time. Because there is a green... holy shit, there is a green Titanite that's this way. This dude that I placed... I think the problem with him is that, like, because the enemies that follow you won't come all the way to here. This is just kind of a dead zone of the map. So since I placed this guy here, he's just confused and he just doesn't move. I like to try to kick him off, or punch him off. Ah. I better get on with it. Oh, put that up there. Let's see. The setup here, what I'm gonna use. I just thought another mod that I have is, well, I'm not holding that, but another mod I have for the Grass Crest Shield is that you don't have that green aura around you whenever you're using it. But it also makes it to where, so that's wonderful, but it also makes the Transient Curse not put the aura around you. Now, I think it has an icon up here, and it lasts quite a long time. I don't even know how long it is, 5 or 10 minutes maybe. So if you're skilled enough to go through this area, you can get past all the ghosts just with that one Transient Curse. I guess you could. But we're just gonna do it. Let's see a hard area this time. And of course, just right here in front, I've got extra enemies. We may just do the quit out method to get past them, actually, after I get past them. Ah, shit. Ah, shit. There's more Transient Curse right there. And the ghosts drop it semi-regularly. Alright, these guys come up dramatic. Yeah. Or these ghosts. Let's just quit out. Fuck it. Alright, I need to use Transient Curse like pretty damn fast here. Oh shit. And I need to use Estus Flash. Let's see with a plus, what, a 6 weapon? As in a plus 6 Claymore, how well I do. Oh, those ghosts. Yeah, I mean, because ghosts can go through walls, and these ghosts can travel pretty far away from their spawn point. Shit. Wow. Ah, fuck. Ah, it's so spooky, and that one's up there, and I'm targeting it, and I'm gonna be dead. And the game quit working for some reason, so I'm sorry about that. That also means that this won't work anymore, so we'll have to redo it. And I'm still being captured. Well, my souls are there, so I kind of want to go back, right? Oh, this may not become the size I want it to, because I was... Okay, it did. If I do something else while this is loading, then it ends up not putting it where I want it to be on my screen. Yes, last time. This looks like it's a terrible thing, but whatever. I'll either be right there dying, or else I'll be already back at Firelink's bonfire. Alright, we're dead and we're hollow. Nah. But I kept the humanity. Huh. Okay, enable this crap real quick. Hollow needs to be 0. So my character, if we could see her face right now, it would be human. And leave humanity at the 10 like it somehow still is. So, okay. Alright, I guess sometimes what I like to do, especially since this mod for this, for the aura, makes it to where I also can't see the transient curse aura, is I just keep it on this. So because it grays out whenever it's active. And then I could just quickly switch to Estus. Actually, sometimes I don't have all this stuff here either, but I might need it. Especially that. Ah, well, whatever, I'll just leave it. Okay, so I'm going back to get my souls. Which is something you'll have to see. Even experienced players will have to go back and get their souls, you know. Sometimes and stuff, yeah. So there's no shame to this. It's just a part of Dark Souls to have to do. That dude's gonna be there, and I again forgot to do this. I don't know if I could just wear this and still fast roll. Nope. What about those? It's barely less. Looks silly, but nope. Yes, it's pink underwear for me. Oh, I still have those things on that I don't really want. And I don't want to be tempted to use it, so yeah. Make it look even more goofy than it had been. That texture mod. So, could I fast roll? Yes. So let's put it on the lightest thing, which is probably going to be... Well... I do have a mod for this too. I didn't make it, of course, but it makes it... I mean, I didn't make it, but yeah. Alright, well, then that's the lightest thing I have, so... Sorry that I'm fiddling with this. I'll put it back on what I did have it on. Okay. Ah, well, whatever. We could have been down the elevator already while I was doing that, so sorry. Alright, send it up this time, because I'm going to warp out of here. Guess I'll try to do... Ah, I missed. Oh well. Alright, it's... Life sucks, doesn't it, dude? Sorry. Alright, and I think that this Dark Wraith, for the same reason that he's not going to follow me on past that middle the halfway point here. So let's see. Hello, Mr. Skeleton. Huh? You're gonna keep coming, aren't you? Damn. Ah, shit. Oh, fuck it. Sorry that you heard the straw. My drink. Okay, I hope those guys haven't seen me yet. Trying to light up. Yeah, I just... You know, this weapon that this skeleton's holding, and since this is, you know, water and everything, I'm kind of trying to make it look like pirate skeletons that just don't have on a hat, which would be awesome if I could. There's some way to give them a hat, but as of right now, there's not. So all the ones that I've added of skeletons to here, because it's appropriate for them to be here, since they're also creepy, you know, Halloween type of looking things. So I think they're all going to be holding this weapon, which I can't think of the name of it. The scimitar is the smaller one. That the ones that have shields hold it. Falcion, that's what it's called. Yeah, which we could farm for him for it if I could keep him from falling in. Ah. Nope. I don't guess I've gotten a falchion this whole time. Oh, well. Okay. Get my composure as to what I'm going to do here. I guess I could try to just kill all of these enemies. But those freaking ghosts are going to see me. Now, by the way, they look cool when they come into this blue light that's on these. Well, anyway, there's blue light, so yeah. Yeah, like that. Yep, they won't follow any further. And then they're afraid of this spot for some reason, because of the sectioning of the map forces that, so, for whatever reason. So, oh god, I guess I'll have to have transient curse for this. But I could get more, as I've said, and they may drop it too. Now I can kill you things. Ah, shit. Those ghosts, even on up in there, they're gonna be kind of sneaky that way. Ah, trying to give me a hug, aren't you? This is who I was trying to hit with that. Yeah, see how much damage that did with an unupgraded pyromancy flame? Yeah. Yeah, they're pretty weak to fire. Ah, shit. Kill Mr. Skeleton over here. Ah, shit. Trying to, I don't know, just kill the enemy that's on the end. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, shit. Oh, God. No, I don't want to wake up the Dark Wraith, too. Ah. Ah. They make it fall the way that's That way you don't fall in the water. Yeah, more transient curse. Okay, yay. Hopefully this is helpful or at least entertaining for you to see me fighting all these hard enemies all at once and dying to them. That means I lost those souls up there. Shit. Well, I'll just tell you this much about that area down there that we may try to just run through, sort of, because it's kind of possible, is that there's 2 rooms that, well, like that whole area, the nickname for it is, you know, Ghost House or whatever, which, you know, of course, and of course, it's not like Halloween, I like that area, but it is pretty freaking hard. Especially, I found on New Game Plus, it gets a lot harder, just because of they have such more. The ghosts have such. They have more health, you know, and do more damage. Sorry, I was stuttering. What was I saying? That music's kind of loud because I made it louder. Oh, let's just go. I guess I'll go back. How long have I been doing this? Okay. But anyway, there's 2 rooms through here that the nickname is Rape Room for these rooms. Because there'll be a bunch of ghosts that just come up all of a sudden and try to kill you. So, yeah. Anyway, they are pretty hard areas, too. So, we'll try it down here. You know, eventually I want to update this area to where it has more skeletons scattered through. I don't think I'll add any more ghosts, but I'm going to put more skeletons through here, at the least. Maybe some of those ghoul dudes, you know, that are the old zombies, and just a couple of dark wraiths. But you're not really supposed to be able to access dark wraiths as of yet. So, I'm kind of letting you farm early. I'll just do the quit out thing to get rid of him. Here, it's kind of better to hug the right side. I found that you don't fall in on that side if you hug it. Still be careful, though, because you can fall and drown and get hit. And, Now, I would say, and that's what I'm doing now, but I'd say that a new player, if you want to come through here to run to get this loot that I'm after, then just make it a suicide run. It's definitely a suicide run. He's not going to do anything, so whatever. Humanity. But yeah, well, shit. Okay. I believe I had to give all of these extra enemies the AI of a ghost. So maybe that's why they back up and are kind of sneaky and run away and stuff like the ghosts do. Ah, shit. Like that. Pray to whatever god so that we can so that we can fight ghosts. Oh. Ah, shit. this thing fast. I guess it's going to take 2 combustions. Oh, no, 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 no. Ah. I could get these souls back, maybe. Oh, but I'm on the wrong thing. Yeah, it's a pretty funny animation you do for that. I'll just do it again to show you. Ah, shit. Wrong thing, dude. Oh, what's up, Mr. Dark Wraith? Fuck it. I may have lost Transient Curse by doing that. Yep, I did. Shit. Now I'm going to try to kill them instead of just running through. I guess that's also, you know, you could do that too. Even if you're new and you're trying to come through. There we go. That's a cursed weapon. Now, it's not very strong, but you could come through here with that and kill the ghost. It's a dagger, I think. I'm not going to try it right here, but yeah. Yeah, and you could hold that dagger like this, and it'll act as your shield, even if you don't have the transient curse on. So here's the first rape room, as we call it. I just whatever. Kind of a bad term for it, but whatever. So this spooky ghost is over here. Well, they're all spooky, but this one's trying to trick you. Now that's an elevator, obviously. But we can't access it now. Can't fucking do anything with it now. Alright, that damn ghost. Alright, there's a bunch more that sprung up, including this one's up here in the way. And they'll go through the wall too, and you can hit them through the wall. Oh shit, I hope this fall doesn't kill me. Okay. I don't know how far they'll follow me. That's pretty much worthless just right there, so fuck it, I'm not going for it. That actually is a fog door down there, by the way. But it's underwater. Ah, shit. Oh no, what's happening now? Ah. Well, really, I'm kind of too low of level, and even more importantly, my weapon is not upgraded enough to go through there and just try to fight every ghost like I'm trying to do. So, yeah, I don't want you to have to keep watching me do that over and over. But I will try it one more time. I don't think I did that. No, I didn't. Alright. But the main, I'll say again if I haven't yet, is that the main reason I'm doing this is because there is a green Titanite shard down here, which we could make a divine weapon with. That's also what you need to make fire weapons also. But not lightning weapons. A lightning weapon is made from a +10 weapon. But divine and divine and those magic ones and fire, they're all from a +5 weapon. Sorry. Sorry, I was losing my train of thought again. Going on a ghost train this time. Whee! Alright, I guess I'll just run up to that second floor. I think that's possible for me to do that. I put some skeletons on these stairs, but they end up just jumping down for me. Unless I run to them too quickly. Oh shit, I don't have any transient curse left. Oh no. Oh no, oh no. Well, I do have that weapon though. I guess that's what I'll have to use, isn't it? Oh shit. Let's see how, let's get these other people to not follow. Okay. Two-handed, obviously, and then... Yeah, it's really fast. Oh, it kills them pretty good. Awesome. I think anybody can hold this. Not there. 7 strength. Yeah, all starting classes can hold this one-handed. Yeah, so you could just run in here as soon as you get the fire link and use it. Assuming one of these ghosts drop it, that is. See, I need to do that to block. Oh shit. They do a lot of damage. Fuck. Alright. That made me think of something else. So wait on this to go away so I can actually show you, sort of. Every time that you level up anything, it will make either your defenses or your resistances or both go up just a little bit, just barely, but it does help. So once you get this level, you know, the higher this level is, the more likely that I could survive down there. So yeah, well, I could just go farm those other ghosts, I guess, that I've placed in the graveyard, since we haven't seen it enough, correct? Right? Sorry, what, that on the first slot, this on, oh, Pyro, which is way down here. Just a kind of running back and forth episode, isn't it, besides that Moonlight Butterfly. Ah, Frapp is still not snoring. Yeah. Bleh. Oh. Like that, dude. Now those, I could just not disturb them. Unless I meant fighting and I end up going back there where they're at. Wanting to parry. It kind of staggers them. Briefly. Yeah. Alright, this dude. Bleh. He heard it. Ah! Rawr. Right. Oh, and oh god. Since these ghosts aren't supposed to be in the graveyard, because they'll shoot lightning at you. You know, the real ones in New Londo. Well, these will too, except it's invisible because they're not part of this map. So it kind of makes, and I don't think that I have any way to change that with my mod, unless I don't put these ghosts here. So these ghosts are sort of harder than the New Londo Ruins ghosts are in that way. But I think I've done it in my testing that they will drop stuff. Drop the loot they're supposed to. Which they probably won't do, just because I want them to. Just to be contrary like that. Ah, T-pose, man. Or woman, or whatever it is. Put a slasher villain in the graveyard. Ah, shit. Thanks for just standing there, dude. Alright, there's one more ghost around here. But I got a whole army of skeletons to go through to get to it. Ah. Ah. I sort of would like to get that falchion, I guess, so just to try it. This little dude, he gets stuck apparently. I've got the butcher on me as I'm doing that. Mr. Giant Skeleton. Yeah. Just wanted to watch that. Okay. Gotta remember that this is your shield when you don't have transient curse going. Somebody's yelling outside my door here in real life. That was the ghost. Well, okay. Well, crap. Yeah. Well, you saw me pick it up. This is where that... I'm waking him up. The wing spear was there, you know. Whatever. We know that. We watched you. Possibly, at least. Well, so no transient curse, then. Oh, you can buy it, though. Yeah. Right, we could buy it. We could buy it from that old lady zombie merchant that we have access to now. I guess we'll go there and get them. How long have I been going, and am I still being captured? Almost 2 hours. Somebody's telling me something that you probably can't see the way I've got it. Some notification for a comment or something. Whatever, okay. Ah! That could be done, obviously. Yeah. So I'm going this way. I don't... let's just test this weapon on these guys, I suppose. How effective is this on them? Is it gonna one-shot them? Yep. Oh, it does move. Watch this. If I could kill you, I'll show it from the side. Without my shield in the way. Yeah, kind of like their move is, isn't it? The ghosts. So, yeah, that's pretty cool about it. So, I mean, just like everything, you know, if you get this weapon, this may be what you have to use while you're in Londo Ruins if you run out of Transient Curse like I did. So just like everything, I would suggest that you kind of test your weapon, you know, try out all of its different moves, and then go fight some easy enemies like these guys or whatever, and, you know, see how it, get the feel for it. Yeah. And trust me, that will help a lot to do. Yeah. This dude. I've got a dagger now too, dude. I guess we'll just hear this water. I'm covering up her face, which I normally don't like to. Let's hear her though, just because I want to.
Oh, there you are, dearie. I have moss. Now dish up some souls.
Well, I have more souls to do it with because my extra enemies, those two die in Berg. It's whatever. It's a cheat that I'm not meaning to happen, but okay. So I think she has. Yeah, she does. Okay. Wow, they're expensive. Well, I guess I could buy one of them. I don't know if alluring skulls work on ghosts. I never have tried, so I guess I'll get one and see. Well, I'm gonna farm that kind of because it's a very common drop from the enemy it comes from. I guess we could try some of these, maybe. 13 of them.
Come again, if you please.
I guess I'm going back there. One, at least, I guess one last time. Just because what am I doing? I'm spoiling Londo Ruins to you, but I keep not spoiling Blighttown to you. I need sound. Well, these dudes are still dead. Okay. I'm sure if you're playing Dark Souls that you know, you see, well, whatever. Anyway, you end up running around and, you know, doing some of this errand type of stuff, or trying to figure out how you can more effectively go into an area that's kicking your ass like this one is to me. Guess you can wear the helmet this time again. Just using that just to make sure, I guess. Repair, I can't even repair that. I guess I'll repair this thing. And my shield. I'll just say that usually, like, even for weapons that I probably never am going to use again, like possibly that I go ahead and repair it anyway. That way it just doesn't show up on here and it's just easier, you know. I mean, that's kind of an obvious thing, but just to say it, you know, that. You know, if I had enough souls to. Because you're going to see it every time, you know. Alright, here we go. We got, yeah, it shows up there now. Because that's what I had there before. The Transient Curse. Okay, here we go. Yeah, guess I'm getting out my thing that I do. Okay, sorry. Those are kind of cool statues, though, that are inside of there. Yeah, alright. Yeah. We can look at the game whenever we're playing it, you know. Oh, man, he is just really having some trouble in his head, isn't he? Yeah. I don't remember if I got my setup still what it needs to be. So we're gonna do that. Yeah. Alright, so the plan is to run past all of my new enemies up to that second floor without using Transient Curse, getting the mouse out of the way also, and then quitting out and come back in and then use Transient Curse. Since I only got this one, and hopefully one of these other ghosts will drop it. Ah! Get the souls first, I guess, and then do this. I'm gonna be on the screen for just a second while I kind of get my composure, as it were. I don't know exactly how far that these ghosts will follow you from their spawn point, but it seems to me that it's further than any other enemy in this game will. Or really far, at least, so yeah. Like, all of this first room of ghosts may follow me pretty far into this level, this area, this map, whatever. Fuck. Yeah. Take that. Oh, shit. No. Oh, no. For real? Yes, you want to hug me with knives. I don't know if these ghosts are supposed to be men or women or what. Whatever. Those people are after me still. Ah, shit. Let's go. This is another thing great about the Claymore, that I can do that and stagger that thing, get it out of my way. Now we'll go this way. You can drop, you know. We saw that you don't die from it. Oh, no. What the fuck? Was it invincible right at that moment in that move? Alright, this is a fog door, but be careful when you go through this fog door, because these stairs, you can fall. So, this is a ladder that isn't all that useful, but kick it anyway. I've got some lag. Don't even... I think that's only a soul, so screw it. Because you wake up even more ghosts if you go that way. Don't keep going here unless you can precisely jump. So, yeah. Alright, and this is the big rape room, as it would be called. There's going to be all these ghosts coming out here. Fuck. They'll also come through the wall. I'm trying to get... Let's kill this one. Ah, the Banshee ghost. You come this way, get this soul, you know, and get through there. And come out here, and now we're at the bottom of those stairs that were broken. Shit. This is the green titanite shard that I mean to get. You gotta be careful, obviously, to get it. Oh, well, it was a suicide run, wasn't it? Well, there's also a bow that's called the composite bow that's down there. That is like a better version of the short bow. It's kind of short range, but it fires fast, and it's basically the best short range bow of the game. Yeah, a little bit further. So I guess I won't mess with going there again since I got what I wanted. Now, there's, at least for me, there's kind of two options for making a divine weapon when I'm not being a cleric, I guess. Is either, just me personally, I like to either make this weapon, since it gives you more resistance to bleed, you know, to make this a divine weapon, which won't make it as powerful as it even is now with my build. I mean, compared a +5 version of this compared to the divine version of it, you know, because I don't have any faith. But anyway, I either do that, or I buy one of those bastard swords, you know, that Andre sells, since you can buy as many of them as you want, and I make that be a divine weapon. It can do a move. I think it does this same move right here. As I said, that's pretty good for the skeletons whenever they're on the ground, when they've broken apart but they're not dead. So I don't know. We may end pretty soon too, but I'll just go up here to Andre, and I don't have any souls to buy. Titanite shards though, and I don't want to make the claymore that. As I've said. Maybe I have enough, especially if I dupe that butterfly boss, so whatever, I guess we'll go up here. Doodly-dee, doodly-doo. Bunch of weird combinations of armor that you can put on to have some strange fashion. No. Now this thing is pretty heavy, 10, but whatever, I'll wear it for just a little bit. Farm these dudes for a little more souls than normal. Ah. And their drop rate increases to the maximum it can be. And they're giving me not Titanite shards. Maybe I'll just do my whole killing spree tour through here. Oh, this whole bunch is following me. Nah. Yeah. Shit. Blech. Sort of want the... Oh, it was him. I thought there was a humanity. Maybe we'll get something different from this dude. Oh, we got the bandit knife, which does bleed. It's a pretty good dagger, if that's what you're gonna use. Yeah. Ugh. Well, there's no more baller knights that way. With my mod, there's not. Yep, it's pretty goofy. Ugh, a jug. That move. Yeah, you want to parry me. Got something. Ah, shit. Ah, for real? Oh, no. Oh, no. Skeleton. Ah. Ah, well, whatever. Okay, well, oh, there's one. This one's over here. Just a second. Make sure nobody else is following me, for one thing. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot I had this on. Losing life while I just stood there. Ugh. You dropped it. Damn you. You didn't drop nothing, man. Okay, well, get this crap off. Okay. Possibly we have enough. Enough now? Oh, I know that we do if I do that so, but anyway. I don't know if I'm going into the catacombs in this video. I may have to stop this pretty soon, but you can at least see me do this. And when I do go into the catacombs, I guess part of the time I'll use a divine weapon and part of the time I won't. Just to show it that way, I guess. Yeah. Not that stuff. That's on the hot bar, even though you could use it while it's in your inventory. And on the hot bar like that. Okay. Alright, with that, what can I buy from the man?
Well,
hello. All the Titanite shards I need? Okay. Yeah.
Neither of us want to see you go hollow.
Well, just to make it more fun of a thing to watch, I guess. Put on everything that's good for lightning, possibly. You don't get the hat yet, though. I could get more souls if I wear this. Oh no, not against him. Get off. I don't need this. I don't really know whether fire or magic, as in sorcery, is more effective against prowling demons. So whatever. But we'll use this time for this one. Ah, yeah. Oh, again, I've been reckless, haven't I? I didn't use the bonfire. And I already went through a lot of Estus Flask. I guess I could see if combustion is any. Probably the claymore does more damage. But all right, 84 compared to strong or normal attack. Yeah, that does more damage. Okay. Now, one thing I just kind of thought about doing, possibly. I could do it fast. Can he hit me? Damn it. I may die trying to do this. Just now I'll get more souls, and it'll be more likely for him to drop something else. Like, as in his weapon. Oh, I was hoping that would kill him. Okay. Alright, so we're... you've seen a great sword a lot, so I'll just use that gargoyle tail axe as the divine weapon.
Well,
yeah. Cool beans. Okay, so now I can make this be divine with 1 green titanite shard, and it'll take 9 green titanite shards to max out this middle half of the upgrading, and it takes white titanite shards, white titanite chunks to do it the rest of the way. That's somewhere else, isn't it? Yeah. Don't get yourself killed, and I should have seen how much damage it did before I made it divine. But whatever. Alright, so his AR is 218, and it's, you know, it has split damage between magic. It just calls magic like any of the 3 types of magic on this, so anyway, I never used the bonfire here. I don't think. I guess we'll go test it on skeletons. And just so you know, I'm probably going to end after I do this, possibly at least. Test it on this guy. That dude always gets targeted on. Well. I guess I'll mention this. That one thing about this whole thing of having a divine or whatever your weapon, any of these modifications that aren't just a straight normal path, that because it makes it be this split damage, the game is kind of the way it... Okay, enemies have defenses. They have defenses that's already like part of their AI, or actually it's their NPC parameters, but whatever. That how much defense they have for each of these things. And whenever you hit them with a weapon that has more than one type of damage, then, you know, apparently at least, that it goes through both of those types of resistances. So, you know, this is not, I kind of can see it, but I didn't do all the calculations and all this kind of stuff for this. Other people did, but possibly a weapon that's not just a normal upgraded weapon will do kind of less damage to enemies than one that's like upgraded one of these paths. But whatever, just do it anyway. Especially if you like are a sorcerer or a cleric, then it's good to make your weapon be, you know, upgraded along that magic path, and they're gonna hurt me, but this is gonna stagger them, and that's why I'm here to test that, isn't it? Oh, that's such a slow move. But it does curl around your body, so it'll, of your character, so it'll, can hit enemies kind of behind you, possibly. Alright, well, we did that. It's this weapon. It's a big giant sword that doesn't weigh nearly as much as it looks like it would. Because it's 5. And the claymore is 6. And my stomach's growling in real life, so I'll just go back over to here. I'll get it off of that thing. Maybe get it off of that too. Whee. Alright, so what did we do this time? I killed the Moonlight Butterfly, and then I basically bullshitted around the rest of the time, didn't I? But we made a divine weapon, and I showed you that it's kind of possible to go through New Londo Ruins early in the game. But it's still hard to do. So I'm moving around the camera because I'm trying to think of anything else I want to tell you. I don't really know what I'm going to do next. We got the gaping dragon to go, and the one place I still am not spoiling is the Blight Town, at least for you to actually see. So I don't know. And I kind of feel like if I go to Catacombs to beat that boss and get the Rite of Kindling, and since I'm doing this whole cheat engine thing, I could just kindle every bonfire, so I'll always have 20 Estus flasks to start with. Which, nah. Yeah, I probably shouldn't do that until later. I'll do that more towards the midway point of the game, I guess. Which I would at least do before then, at least when I play. I do it before I go to the midpoint part of the game, which is after Sin's Fortress. Which I'm trying not to spoil what that place is called or what it looks like either. But there are Silver Knights there. So, and the boss is pretty freaking hard that's there too. Need to clear my throat. And oh, just one thing I thought about. Just the one maybe last thing to tell you is when I was saying that dexterity needs to be at least 30 for you to cast faster. I didn't mean just pyromancy, it's any of the magics. So, and apparently by testing, that wasn't by me, that increases from 30 to 45 dexterity. So a lot of times when people play as a mostly, caster of magic, then they level up dexterity and use a dexterity weapon as their weapon. But I personally think that I don't know if this weapon kind of, but I think especially new time players should use a weapon that staggers pretty well. I mean, unless you just want to use a dexterity, they're also good and everything. You know, they're faster most of the time than these weapons. And the really big weapons, like that great axe for one thing, and the demon's great axe that we got from Taurus Demon, they're going to swing slowly. So you really got to like hang back from the enemy. You're going to do a devastating blow that may one-shot kill the enemy, but you really got to time it well when you use that. I guess that, you know, I would think probably a new player shouldn't use one of those really big weapons either, because they swing so slowly. You know, the Claymore or maybe the Zweihander. But again, you play it how you want. You know, what you feel comfortable with. Get off of that thing. I hope that these videos are helping you to get through Dark Souls. You know, to get through these parts I've shown, or if you just enjoy either hearing me or seeing me play, that any of those things, I appreciate you for viewing these videos with me. So, on my journey here of trying to commentate, learning to voice commentate better, and just trying to get through the game and tell you about it. So, alright, thank you very much for viewing. And, we'll get out of this. Get it off of that. Set down the controller, and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you.